big poppin'. Money in the bank coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me big poppin'. Money in the bank coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me what the topic.
Yo, welcome back to the bar. And if you are new to the channel, please be sure to like, comment, and of course subscribe. Click that notification bell, select all so that you get notified whenever I do a video. And to my returning Mob Down Henny gang members, yeah, now let's get into this content. So, all over the internet, people have been buzzing about the Jay-Z and Bugsby, the lawyer from Texas, suit and lawsuit paperwork that's been going back and forth. But I'm here to tell you that instead of following that trending topic, I'm going to talk to you about Rymir, who is the alleged son of Jay-Z. And it seems that Rymir, his godmother Lily, and his mother Wanda have all been in litigation with Jay-Z for years. Baby, there have been paperworks and documents that have gone out and they have been sealed and redacted, and there is a whole lot of hiding that is going on, okay? So we dug back, the Henny legal team, shout out to them, dug back into the records as far as we can go and pulled what we could pull to bring y'all this here live, where we could show you that Mr. Jay-Z Shawn Carter, Jigga Man, is very much aware of who these people are, and he has responded to them multiple times, baby, but his responses are sealed. Now this is some hot Henny right here. Okay, so we gonna talk about the Bugsby stuff another time. But baby, we have heard for a very long time that the Jigga Man had illegitimate kids out there. At least 3 that we done heard about. I believe it's 2 boys and a girl. And the dead giveaway to all of these children being his is the nose. It's all in the nose. So, baby, recently, let me go ahead and let me pull it up for y'all. Oh, let me just explain to y'all, in case you don't know and haven't been on any of your stuff, Facebook, WhatsApp, and IG are all down right now. Okay. So we are going to read we're going to read this Vibe article. No, we're going to read the U.S. Sun. Let's give the U.S. Sun some shine time over here. Yeah, thank you very much. All right. We're going to read this article brought to us by The Sun. Okay. And we're going to talk about what it says in here. And then we're going to get into the hot Henny of the court docs. And I'm going to take y'all, let's take a journey back into time. Remember how I took y'all back into time when I gave y'all the R. Kelly court case between Jigga Man and R. Kelly? Well, baby, I'm finna take you back into time with this Jay-Z and his illegitimate son's court paperwork. Okay, it says, and this was published today, December 11th, and it was published at 12:44 p.m. All right, it says, court lies. Jay-Z's illegitimate son claims rapper lied in court and bribed judges for years to avoid paternity test in his new suit. Baby, that is the court doc that I'm getting ready to read to y'all, because there's a whole lot of judges in New Jersey up in these court docs, y'all. I'm sorry, I got a little excited because this is some This some hot henny. We about to, and we about to. Okay. It comes after the rap mogul was accused of another lawsuit of raping a 13-year-old girl alongside Diddy. That's a damn shame that forever and always that will be what goes next to his name. That he was brought in to Diddy's allegations and the things that he had going on in his lawsuit. He will forever be tarnished by that. Okay, whether he's guilty or innocent, the world does not know at this particular moment. However, I will say this. He's tarnished. There's no getting around it. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. People will always be mumbling about this, just like they've been mumbling about him having dealings with R. Kelly. They've been mumbling about the Aaliyah stuff. Peoples have been mumbling for years. And I'm sorry if you are a Jigga Man fan, this might not be the video for you. While I am not going to slander him, I am going to give my comedic relief. I am going to laugh at inappropriate stuff, as I always do. And not only that, I am going to give y'all the docs and the hot henny, and I'm going to read these court docs. So please do not get offended. It is my job to give the news, and that is what I'm going to do. Well, not the news, but the trending topics, okay? I forgot I'm a blogger and not a news reporter. My bad. All right, so it says Jay-Z is facing fresh accusations that he lied and bribed judges for over a decade to get out of taking a paternity test for a young man who claims he is the rapper's illegitimate son. Rymir Satterthwaite, I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I'm going to say it. Satterthwaite, Rymir, 31 years old, has long believed Jay-Z is his biological father, who impregnated his mother when she was just 16. A claim that the rapper has always denied. Let me take this watermark off. Hold on 1 second. Let me put this one. No, let me take that. This is the full picture. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Now he has filed a new lawsuit in the New Jersey court system, and a slew of judges alleging they conspired with the rapper for over a decade to have cases relating to his paternity, inheritance, and abuse of court processes dismissed. Child. In the court papers filed in New Jersey by Rymir and his godmother Lily Coley, the pair alleged that Jay-Z lied in court that he had no property in New Jersey. Therefore, the court had no jurisdiction over him, even though he had property deeds and tax records with his name on it. In the court papers filed in New Jersey by Rymir and his godmother, Lily Coley. Oh, I already read that. Okay. It comes just days after Jay-Z's real name, Shawn Carter, was accused in a separate lawsuit of raping a 13-year-old girl alongside former pal Sean Diddy Combs. The suit accuses Carter, 55, of allegedly assaulting an unidentified teen at MTV's VMA after party in 2000. Now, they got it wrong. That's not what it is. She was at an after party, but not associated with MTV or the VMAs. All right. So Carter has denied all the allegations against him, calling it a blackmail attempt. Carter, while Carter is not listed as a defendant in this new court filing, he is mentioned several times and has been battling Rymir, Lily, and Rymir's now deceased mom, Wanda, since 2010. Baby, since 2010, this has been for 14 years. The filing states that the 6 separate judges conspired with Party Carter, who continued to misrepresent that he did not have property in New Jersey. Rymir and Lily have filed several lawsuits against Carter since Rymir's mom first filed a paternity test request back in 2010. but they claim the rapper abused the court system, causing their cases to be dismissed or denied. And we're going to leave that right there where that is at, because we're going to start getting into some of these court docs. Now, I don't like where the numbers are, and I hope that people start coming on soon. But I know that with us having some of the other platforms down at the moment, it's making it a little bit impossible for people to know that we are live at the moment, because it is also telling me that it is waiting for a connection for them to be able to post my story post, which is pissing me off because y'all are messing with my money and my numbers. IG, what are we doing? Anyway, let's get into some of this hot henny that we have going on over here. I cannot be so bothered with how many people are in here. I have to just do my best to give y'all the content that y'all came here for. Now, let me see if I can pull this. I don't know if that's going to cover the whole thing, but I'm trying to see if I could pull my half a face up. I'm going to see if I could pull this half a face up and try to get it to upload so that we can watermark. Nope, it's not allowing me. So let's just go ahead and do this. And then we're going to go ahead and do this and this and this. Because I want y'all to be able to see what I'm saying. All right, so this is a case that was filed back in 2017. Now, the reason why we are starting back in 2017 and not in 2010 is because the paperwork that was put out there back in 2010 and filed prior to 2017, it has been sealed or it has been heavily redacted, y'all. So this is what we were able to pull. So this is Lily Coley. Lily Coley is the godmother of Rymir, and it says that the plaintiffs on this case are Shawn Carter and Wanda, which is Rymir's mother. Now, the godmother to Rymir, which is Lily, took custody of him. I believe the mother either went to Click City or she was very sick and she had to give him to the godmother. So where we are picking this case up at is where it is being asked to be removed from a local level to a federal level in the state of New Jersey. Now, please remember that this is back in 2017. So we are going to read these court docs, and here we go. It says, Hillman District Judge, whereas on November 16th, 2017, plaintiff Lily Coley, who is appearing pro se, filed a notice of removal along with an application to proceed without prepayment of fees IFP application. And whereas the court was reviewed plaintiff's IFP application and has determined, the court reviewed it and they determined that it must be denied due to sufficient monthly income. So apparently she had to do a statement of her finances. And once she did that statement of finances, they determined you make enough money. So no, we're not going to waive any fees or any of that stuff. You know, you're going to have to just keep proceeding. Now, over here, it gives you a number of 1 where it is explaining this. And it says, plaintiff also filed her notice of removal, asking that the entire matter be filed under seal. Okay, so she asked that this be sealed. Hold on. Even though litigations have an interest in privacy, the common law right of public access to judicial proceedings and judicial records is beyond dispute. And this right of access antedates the Constitution, and its purpose is to promote public confidence in the judicial system by enhancing testimonial trustworthiness and the quality of justice dispensed by the court. So now, if people are wondering why public records are made public records, it's for that reason right there, so that people can say, okay, see whether or not this has been fair treatment or not. Okay, so it says, whereas the court notes that plaintiff has sought to remove the case in which she is plaintiff from New Jersey State Court to this court. So she's trying to move it from the state level to the federal level, okay? And whereas the court points out that plaintiffs cannot remove suits to federal court Okay. So in 2017, I'm not sure about right now in the state of New Jersey, but back in 2017, plaintiffs were not allowed to remove their suits from state to federal. Okay. It says, whereas if the plaintiff wishes to file an original action in this court, she may do so if she pays the applicable fees. So if she wanted this case moved from the state to the federal level, she has to pay a fee and file it with them. Okay. Therefore, therefore, it is on this day, the 27th day of November 2017, ordered that the clerk shall unseal this action, and it is further ordered that plaintiff's application to proceed without prepayment of fees be, and the same hereby is denied. And it is further ordered that the clerk shall mark this matter closed. Now, pay attention to this right here. Can y'all see that? It says at Camden, New Jersey. Now, it is very well known through Jay-Z's own admission and his friend D-Haven, or ex-friend D-Haven, that he left in jail to rot out and dry according to what D-Haven had to say. Them D-Haven words, them ain't my words. So do not come for me, because them ain't my words. He said it. I'm repeating it and repeating it back to y'all. All right. This happened out of Camden, New Jersey. Okay. So now we get on over here. Now this was filed November 27th, right? Of 2017. So now we move over here to December 22nd of 2017. And I want y'all to listen to this facsimile. This says the 21st. That's the date on this notice. But it was received and filed right here on December 22nd of 2017, in case you're wondering where I got that from. So this is a letter coming in, and it says, Dear Judge Schneider, this is further to my letter on December 18th. Now, we don't have the letter from December 18th, 2017, in response to a voicemail message received today from Jackie. And we don't know who Jackie is. As previously mentioned, on December 18, 2018, I was filing the motion to seal in the above referenced matter, which included some exhibits that should have been sealed. So now I want y'all to understand why she was trying to get things sealed. She wanted exhibits sealed, not the whole case. She wanted exhibits sealed. Okay. Unfortunately, when I was making the filing, I did encounter any option. I guess she means didn't encounter any option to file those exhibits under seal. Consequently, the entire filing was filed publicly. The specific items that should be kept sealed are ECF entry 7, attachment 4, 7, 10, 13, and 20. Now, eventually those things did become sealed because we were unable to pull those attachments with this casework. Okay. So it says the description of each of the attachments should include the word under seal. The balance of may be made available to public access. However, the public access portion of the motion have also been made available at ECF entry number 8. Okay, I apologize for any inconvenience, and thank the court for its understanding. Kenneth Winters, okay, which is CC Miss Lily Coley, which tells me that that is her attorney, because it says so right there on the paperwork. All right. So now you see they filed some paperwork. They asked for a seal. However, they didn't want the whole case sealed. They wanted some of the exhibits sealed to keep the privacy. All right. But when we move on, and we get to this document right here that was filed on January 5th of 2018. This is when we hear from the mom. Because remember, Lily is the godmom who had custody of Rymir. All right, y'all following me? Henny glasses in the chat if y'all following me. Because now we done got to the mama, y'all. Okay. Now, the mother says in her request, in her response, she requested for adjournment due to no service docket. Now, listen to what is being said and please hit the like button. Okay. This is from the mother, Wanda. She says, my name is Wanda. I don't know how to say her name. Satterthwaite. Anyway, Wanda, pro se defendant. Let me zoom in for y'all. let me make this a little bit bigger for y'all and zoom in because I want y'all to see this. I don't want nobody to be questioning nothing. Boom. All right. Y'all can see perfectly clear. Okay. I can see clearly now. The screen is big. All right. So she's Wanda, pro se defendant. I have no training in law. I am disabled under the ADA and Social Security Administration. I filed an enjoined state removal complaint on November 17th, which is the docket that we read the first one. Okay. However, the complaint was filed in error as an exhibit when it should have been filed as amendum to the complaint with exhibits as specified on the complaint. I was not served by the court regarding above matter B and C. Again, you got to remember, we done dug back into these records and a lot of this stuff is sealed. And if it's not sealed, it's so heavily redacted that you can't even make heads or tails of it. Okay. She was not served. Okay. I also was not served by the court or defendant Shawn Carter in any legal action that followed. I recently became aware of these legal actions, and I also received a memo from Ms. Coley regarding adjournment. I then sought legal advice, and I am pending representation. However, I am legal party and was recognized by this court as a filler A, but was never served court documents for above docket. It must be noted that Wanda was served for another related case by this court during the same time period. This instant case was decided. Okay. Wanda requested, hold on, I went too far, too fast. Hold on. Wanda requests in this court to adjourn this case so she can properly respond to the pending motion of Shawn Carter, since she recently became aware of some of the legal actions at which she was not served. Y'all need me to read that again? Say one more again in the chat if y'all need me to read that sentence one more again. I'm looking, I'm watching, and I'm waiting. Baby, did you hear what she just said? Did you hear what she just said? I'm about to take my locks down because this is, baby. One more time. Wanda requests this court to adjourn this case so she can properly respond to pending motion of Mr. Carter, since she recently became aware of some of these legal actions at which she was not served. So she became aware of legal actions that Shawn Carter made, but she was never served. This court has the discretion to dismiss a case under Rule 12b-5 for insufficient service of process. Okay. All right. And then she goes on to put the statutes in there and all of that. And it says, as stated, defendant Carter did not serve Wanda his emergent motion memo, nor his motion to reopen, as Wanda is legal party of the case and would like to respond to allegations. Thank you in advance for your cooperation in this matter, Wanda, which is the mother. Okay. And now you get to see a notice of electronic filing. It says see file. Okay. Then we go on down to here and it's saying, okay, Coley served. These are the notes that are saying that they served. However, there was no service that was made by the Jigga man. Now we're going to go down memory lane one more again, okay? Now this is another letter, okay? And this one is from Wanda. And it is dated January 9th to Judge Snyder. Okay. Now, Wanda is the godmother, just so y'all remember. It says, Judge Snyder, I'm responding to Mr. Carter's memo. I'm responding to Mr. Carter's memo. I'm responding to Mr. Carter's memo. But guess what? We can't get the memo because the memo has been sealed. Okay. Okay. You know what, Redbone? I'm not fooling with you today. The first rebuttal. I'm an active party. Now, we don't have the memo, but let's listen to what Wanda is saying in her responses. We kind of put it together. We kind of smart. First rebuttal. I'm an active party to the state proceeding involving my son, Rymir. So, Mr. Carter's statements regarding I have not been part of the proceedings is false. I am a party to above case, as I mentioned in my previous memo, and the information I provided to the court stands. I have no service, nor no service, nor an attempt was made on me by both the court and Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter, who has sent me information as early as few weeks regarding another matter, clearly knows where I received my mail, which is at both my old and new location. Second rebuttal. The state removal is about several litigations at which I was made a party to by the state of New Jersey, and therefore I have legal standing to respond to all court proceedings. I have not agreed with nor accepted any court fraud and other concealment of evidence alleged by Mr. Carter that may have occurred at the state level regarding my son's matter. Okay. Third rebuttal. As stated above, Mr. Carter has both addresses at which I received mail, but made no attempts to service the documents to me. Mr. Carter, I was late, sorry. Let's try it again. Take two. Boop. Action. Mr. Carter cannot prove any attempts to service on Wanda when clearly he knows her address is just her address, and just in the last few weeks sent information to her regarding another matter. Sorry, y'all. I said Wanda is the godmother. Wanda is the mother. Lily is the godmother. See, I confused myself. I'm sorry. So this is from the mother. Okay, she's rebutting him. Again, Mr. Carter has not made any failed attempts to either my present nor past address. His statements are categorically false. He has responded. This is what I need y'all to hear. He has responded. And what he's saying in his response basically is what I'm gathering is I hear you, Coco. What he's alleging is that he served her and got no response. That's what he's alleging in his memo. And Wanda is saying that's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie, because he knows where I live. He has contacted me regarding another matter. So that means he was in contact with and communication with Wanda. He was talking to her before this lawsuit stuff was happening. So he done wrote a memo saying that he could not get in touch with her, or that it was a failed service or whatever. And Wanda's saying, use a bold-faced lie because you ain't never served me. Okay. Okay, Mr. Carter basically lied to his attorneys. Notice of appearance was sent only to Miss Coley. No mention or served to Wanda occurred, see attached. In addition, Wanda's name is not in his certification of service of his motion filed December 19th, 2017. He made both false statements on record. Baby, he done lied to the court, she's saying. Oh, Lord. Fourth rebuttal. The district court made no attempt on sending me a notice nor making a decision on my removal case since my petition was filed as exhibit and not an amendum, in error as previously discussed. The court made no attempts to service me when the system clearly has other similar cases of Wanda linked together, which shows the last address known to the court. Mr. Carter can't speak for the district court in regard for the reason I was not serviced as a legal party to the case. The false statements and allegations of corruption even demonstrated in this memo from Mr. Carter and his attorney is the precise reason why the case is in federal court and why Mr. Carter is doing everything possible to hide the truth from the public. Their behavior and conduct involving this case moved this case from a paternity case to a fraud case. Thank God for Judge Hillman, who made the case available to the public, and it shall remain that way. Wanda. Okay. Enclosed, please find a notice of appearance in the above referenced matter. And it says, Dear Miss Coley. Okay. All right, so this is showing where that went to the godmother, but not to the mother, which brings us to this case right here that was filed on November 25th of 2024. And baby, it has Lily, Rymir, and Wanda all listed on this case. You want to know who they versing? It says versus New Jersey Supreme Court, Judge Deborah Silverman Katz, Judge Charles W. Dortch Jr., Judge Stephen Polanski, Judge Edward J. McBride Jr., Judge Cheryl L. Schweitzer, Judge Samuel Bernadine, New Jersey Superior Court Family Division and Civil Law Division, New Jersey Appellate Court, and New Jersey Administrative Office of the Courts. Baby, she's suing everybody. But I don't see Jay-Z's name on this paperwork, Henny. I got to take this down. I got to take this down because my brain needs to breathe. My brain needs to breathe, y'all. I'm sorry. This is a lot. Okay, we are not going to discuss other content creators in the chat. Thank you. All right. So, in this complaint, they are saying that these people have worked in cahoots with him. And we are going to go straight to the factuals because we've read a lot already. And this has a lot in it. Okay, so we're going to go right on to the factual allegations of this case. Let me see what y'all doing over here. It's giving he only wants to recognize children with Beyonce, which is weird as F. Beyonce is aware and has met the first daughter. Well, from what I was understanding, to my understanding, that is the reason why he is not claiming these other children. It is alleged and heavy on the allegedly. I got to get an allegedly button. It's heavy on the allegedly that the reason why he's not trying to settle these matters with these other children is because Beyonce wants no parts in him having any children outside of their marriage, because then that will ruin their family image. Allegedly, that's what I heard. I don't know it to be true, but that is allegedly. Well, Michelle, if you were listening to the previous document, this has gone from a paternity suit to a fraud suit. It's no longer about establishing paternity. And yes, you can do a court order to find out who your parents is. Okay. All right. So here are the factual allegations that are being made against the court system. Okay. So now let's get into it. Plaintiffs incorporate by reference each and every allegation contained in the preceding paragraphs as if set forth fully herein. This case involves a most egregious form of censorship, as plaintiffs and media outlets have been forbidden from publicly criticizing the New Jersey court system's violation of the plaintiff's fundamental constitutional rights. The defendants conspired against the plaintiffs by agreeing to commit a series of acts in the commission of fraud upon the court and acted under color of law, namely in violation of her First Amendment right to limit public discussion and press coverage as described below. So basically what they're saying is, look, the courts have shut press people down from being able to speak about this case. We have been trying to get this case settled for years, this matter heard for years, and we have been met with detours and blocks at every turn when it comes down to New Jersey. And these judges right here seem to be in his back pocket. And here we go. This is how they are saying that they have been shut out of talking to the media about this. So on August 13th of 2012, Judge Edward McBride initially relied upon statements of Shawn Carter, saying he had no property holdings in New Jersey, which controlled the results. Then later, Judge McBride conspired with Party Carter to continue to misrepresent to the plaintiff, Coley, that he did not have property in New Jersey. So the judge was helping him lie about him not having no property in New Jersey, but he had tax filings and deeds that said otherwise. On December 12th, Judge McBride at a reconsideration hearing denied plaintiff's evidence, again showing Shawn Carter's New Jersey property deeds and tax records. Carter again stated the property deeds and tax records with his legal name was not his. So I need y'all to understand what is going on here. Oh, it's raining, y'all. I'm wondering what that noise was. It's raining. So I need y'all to understand what is going on here, y'all. What is going on here is Jay-Z, regardless to what he is trying to say, has responded and been to court for these matters, going as far back as 2012, according to these documents. No, Michelle, it's not his mother's. I'm going to read that again. I'm going to read the evidence to you again of what she said. She said on December 12th, Judge McBride at a reconsideration hearing denied plaintiff's evidence again showing Shawn Carter's New Jersey property deeds and tax records. So these are his, not his mama. Okay. Okay. Carter again stated the property deeds and taxes with his legal name was not his. With his legal name. So his name is on these property taxes and these deeds. And he's saying it wasn't me. He pulling a shaggy, honey. He said, wasn't me. And this on December 12th, 2012, Attorney Fisher admitted on record that she misspoke regarding her client's residential address. Despite defendant's admission, Judge McBride did not rectify the record. On November 17th of 2014, Judge Stephen Polanski opened plaintiff Rymir's inheritance rights case to the public. So there was a whole inheritance right case that we gonna dig. On December 10th of 2014, plaintiff filed a civil law complaint to obtain damages for allegations of fraud in the said cases for Shawn Carter and his attorney's false statements regarding jurisdiction. On May 1st of 2015, Judge Charles Dorcht sanctioned plaintiffs for disseminating files with no proof and no protection order when no proof or protection order existed. The files in question were already in public demand with his full knowledge. No due process occurred. Thereafter, 2015 to 2019, Judge Dorth always relied on Judge McBride's orders, knowing that these orders were obtained by fraud. Between 2015 and 2017, Judge Charles, I'm tired of saying their last names. Judge Charles and Judge Stephen allowed Shawn Carter to produce more false statements regarding jurisdiction without any due process or rule of law. Plaintiffs were denied requests for discovery in order to cover up violation rights in following court procedure. So again, let's go back. 2012, now we in 2017, and he's still lying in the courts. He's very much aware of what's going on. So it's not like he could say he was caught by surprise, because we got the court docs. Everything wasn't sealed. Everything wasn't sealed. Okay, the civil law court. Judge McKinney barred Daily News and the parties from disseminating information from the proceedings. The Court of Appeal revised the Judge Malinsky orders despite the Court of Appeal's decision. The trial court proceeded to sanction only plaintiffs based on their orders. So they denied the Daily News access to this court case. So somewhere out there is a Daily News reporter who can attest to the fact that they were denied access to a public court hearing. In spring of 2016, Judge Dorsch allowed the defense attorney, Lisa Fisher, to obtain money from frivolous motions and attorney's fees sanctioned from a gag order that didn't exist and allegations that never occurred. Plaintiffs were sanctioned even when they either had no involvement in some filings or were not party to applicable cases. Judge Dorsch also sanctioned Wanda for exercising her freedom of speech by recording a video of her son. Judge Dorth asked plaintiff Coley for money on record. Judge Dorth called Wanda at home during hearing to intimidate her, and she fell on the floor while trying to obtain documents and had to be taken to emergency for injuries. So she done got fined in court for a video of her son. If this don't tell you that the judge is in the pocket, I don't know what will. How do you ask for monies on record? How do you sanction somebody for posting a video of their son? How do you stop the press from coming into the courtroom? Child, I mean, I know they can stop the press, but child, this is looking real suspect to me. On January 11th, 2017, Judge Dorth had an ex parte meeting with Carter's attorney, Lisa Fisher, who stated the Judge Dorth was in her pocket. Contents of that meeting were never disclosed. Plaintiff Rymir reported the foregoing injustices to the municipalities in Camden County. After reporting the matter, Plaintiff Rymir's car was shot at by unknown individuals. Plaintiff also had unknown individuals follow them within the community, which is believed to be orchestrated by defense attorney Lisa Fisher. baby, this is the current case. Just in case anybody is tuning in right now, this is the current case that the Sun has against Jay-Z right now. We are learning of everything that has been happening behind the scenes all these years. This was going on and we didn't even know it. We didn't even know it. In June 2018, plaintiff Coley was denied transcripts by Judge Samuel Bernardine of the proceedings on upheld. He told her to go on upheld. He told her to go the white man to get what she wanted, referring to Shawn Carter's attorney, Kenneth L. Winters, who made vulgar statements to the plaintiff Coley. Mr. Winters once stated verbally that they paid good money for these court orders once leaving the courtroom. Hello. So now you got a judge telling her to go to the white man to get what she wanted. Let me bring this chair down. Come down just a little bit. 2018 to 2022, baby. I hope y'all got y'all some drink because we're going to be here for a minute. 2018 through 2022, Judge Glenn Grant of Office Administrative Courts ignored civil rights complaints and would not process plaintiffs' claims even after the NAACP office contacted Judge Grant to find out the reason for the delay. But Judge Grant ignored the NAACP's inquiry. So now we done got the NAACP in here. This about to be, this baby, this go to court, this about to be huge. Jigga man. They said you was next, bro. They said you was next. You scared? Oh no, you good? You good, Migo? Okay, you good. In 2019, now we coming current. We done said 2018 to 2022. Now we going back to 2019. Do you see how this, and we in 2024, baby, this been going on since 2010. 14 years. In 2019, Judge Stephen Polanski withheld court documents from plaintiff in retaliation and stating that her post on Facebook is violation, but never identified the post. Judge Pulaski did not allow plaintiffs to engage in discovery. Now, you're supposed to be allowed to get the discovery when you go into court. I ain't never heard of that before, where you don't get the child. Okay. Defendants' acts and conduct violate plaintiffs' First Amendment to the United States Constitution by preventing plaintiffs to express and communicate the issue as incorporated by the 14th Amendment and secured by 42 U.S. Code. Okay. Defendant Katz, Dorch, Polanski, and courts at all levels impose sanctions on plaintiffs for allegedly violating a gag order that never existed with no evidence, thereby depriving plaintiffs of their constitutional right of life, liberty, or property in related suit in state court. These judges deprived plaintiffs' constitutional rights and deprived the plaintiffs of due process. Consequently, this led to unjustifiable interference with their federally protected First Amendment right to freedom of speech and freedom of the press. 5th, 6th, and 14th constitutional right. Defendant Katz, Dorch, and Pulaski did not allow the plaintiffs to engage in discovery in violation of the 14th Amendment, due process protection in relation to fraud on the court and void judgments. Okay. Judge Polanski, Katz, and Dorch placed an illegal lien on plaintiff Coley's property, knowing that defendants in the underlying case committed fraud upon the court because plaintiff's Coley's attorney let them know about it. Judge Cheryl Schweitzer also knew about the fraud upon the court because Judge Schweitzer had access to plaintiff's attorney's notice. Nevertheless, Judge Schweitzer ratified Polanski, Katz, and Dorch illegal lien. Thereby, all defendants committed the a declaration of their duties, which resulted in depriving the plaintiffs of their constitutional rights. Plaintiff became aware of illegal liens placed on her residential home during the sale of the property in December of 2023. So she didn't even know that there was a lien placed on her home till she went to go try to sell it last year. Nasty work. Plaintiff Coley was unaware of the liens because she was never served. How do you put a lien on somebody's house and not serve them? Therefore, she was unable to defend against the liens. The title company paid illegal liens based on those illegal judgments. They done got money out of it. This is sad. They done got money out of these people. Judge Schweitzer, Katz, Polanski, Dorsch, and New Jersey Supreme Courts denied plaintiffs their right to be heard regarding unfounded sanctions for attorney fees. They proceeded without holding a hearing on the matter and without providing plaintiff notice and an opportunity to be heard, thereby violating the plaintiff's constitutional due right process. Okay? Plaintiff was not given the opportunity to refute the claims of the defendant or to present evidence in support of her motion to stay sanctions, her motion to stay sanctions while on appeal, and which constitution and fundamental violations of her due process rights. Okay. Now, procedural background. On June 14, 2011, legal custody of minor Rymir was awarded to Coley in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where he attended high school and later college. Coley and Rymir moved to Blackwood, New Jersey in Camden County, and the venue for this matter was changed on or about May 25th of 2012. On June 18, 2012, the plaintiff filed a petition for child/college support. On August 13th of 2012, Judge McBride dismissed the plaintiff's complaint for lack of personal and subject matter jurisdiction. The dismissal was without prejudice. He ordered the court proceeding in this matter to be closed to the public and that the record shall be sealed from the public. On November 6, 2012, plaintiff filed a motion for reconsideration and to reopen the case. Plaintiff attached Shawn Carter's New Jersey property deeds and New Jersey tax records to her motion for reconsideration to show that personal jurisdiction existed over the claims and the parties. December 14th of 2012, the court incorrectly denied the plaintiff's motion by ruling that there was no jurisdiction over the defendant, despite having in front of them the property deeds and taxes of Shawn Carter showing that they have sufficient contact with the state of New Jersey. In September of 2013, in plaintiff Rymir's inheritance complaint, Judge Nam Famler conspired with defendant's attorney by changing Rymir's mother's legal destination in the case from a defendant to plaintiff to justify and turn a blind eye to the plaintiff's evidence showing that party Shawn Carter owned property in New Jersey, thus showing that the court had personal jurisdiction over the defendant. In December of 2014, plaintiff filed a complaint against Shawn Carter and his attorney, Lisa Fisher, and subsequently requested the court to leave to amend the complaint and to add the claims: 1, concealment of evidence; 2, violation of New Jersey statutes relating to improper court filings; 3, civil conspiracy; 4, abuse of civil process, since plaintiffs discovered that Carter owned several properties in the state and thus the court had jurisdiction over the case and Carter. Plaintiff also sought to recover her expenses for attorney fees stemming from the misrepresentation in prior litigation on August 13th of 2012. Do y'all see how they are breaking this down from over the years? The crazy thing about all of this is, and I'm about to take this watermark down because it's over my face and I want y'all to see me. The crazy thing is, this has been going on for years, right underneath our nose, and we had no idea. We heard little leaks and little rumblings about there being children and things of that nature. But we didn't hear the full stories. We didn't know nothing about any of these court proceedings that were going on because they were sealed from the public record. It would be little spurts that come out here and little spurts that come out there, and then they quickly are shut up and shunned on their way. Child, now we in 2015, honey. Okay. On February 19th of 2015, the court entered an order regarding the case, that's the case number, which was directed to the court clerk. The order required the clerk to close the proceedings and the entire record from the public. The order was not directed to the parties, including Coley and Rymir. No similar order directed towards the parties was ever entered in this matter. So they were never told about this happening, about this being closed, the entire record from the public. On March 26, 2015, plaintiff's attorney, Donato, wrote a letter to Judge Malinky as requested by Judge Roganese in reply to defendant's answer to the case. This is the case number. In the reply letter, plaintiff showed that the defendant and his attorney committed fraud upon the court by intentionally destroying and concealing evidence, and attached the deeds showing that the court had jurisdiction over party Carter because he owned properties in New Jersey, thereby establishing personal, general, and specific jurisdiction, minimal contact. Okay? In the reply letter, plaintiff's attorney requested the court's leave to amend her complaint to include the aforementioned claims, above which included inter alia fraud upon the court. Fraud upon the court. On May 15th of 2015, the courts denied Daily News' request to vacate the order which sealed the record and closed the courtroom. The court ordered that the Daily News and its agents, together with the other parties to this action, foreclosed from decimating information obtained as a result of the sealed proceedings or the examination of sealed documents for the purpose of facilitating news reporting that pertain to any sealed proceedings. That's where they stopped the press from being able to report about this, or this would have hit the Daily News back in 2015, baby, because the Daily News knew about this case going on with Jay-Z and his son out there in Camden, New Jersey. But as y'all just heard, they were requested to not mention this at all. On May 19th of 2015, the court ordered the Daily News and parties from disseminating information, including transcripts obtained as a result of the sealed proceeding and from the examination of sealed documents for purpose of facilitating news reporting that pertain to any sealed proceedings. So again, the Daily News had the transcripts. The Daily News had some of the sealed proceedings. And they told them, you're not going to distribute none of that. The Daily News appealed the orders. On June 30th of 2015, the Court of Appeals reversed the trial court order, stating it was overly broad. The Court of Appeals characterized the publicity ban imposed by the trial court as a gag order. So they basically gag ordered the Daily News. This is crazy. This is crazy to go back and listen to read these court docs. It's crazy. On or about July 2nd of 2015, Judge Robert McKinley of the trial court entered a modified order upon the order of emergent motion for the appellate division. And this is the docket number, the motion number, and this trial court, having been instructed to modify its orders of May 15, 2015 and May 19, 2015 for the purpose of vacating paragraphs 3 and 4 Judge McKinley did vacate paragraphs 3 and 4 as instructed by the courts of appeals. Judge McKinley only granted the Daily News motion to intervene and not grant the motion to vacate the order sealing the record and closing the courtroom on February 19th of 2015. It instructed the Daily News attorney, Bruce Rosen, that the Daily News may report that it moved to intervene and unseal the record, and that the motion was denied. Defendant is not restricted from disseminating any information it obtained through means other than from the sealed records in its proceedings. Judge McKinley also ordered the Daily News that a copy of this order shall immediately upon receipt be forwarded via fax or email to all parties in this action. So therefore, they're telling the Daily News what they can and cannot print out of these court records that they have obtained. Child. On August 11, 2015, the Court of Appeals provided an exact unsealed version of their June 30th, 2015 decision stating trial court was overly broad. This was an identical order of the Court of Appeals characterized the publicity ban imposed by the trial court as a gag order. The Court of Appeals ruled in this August 11, 2015 order that the trial court dated May 15, 2015 and May 19, 2015 sanctioning plaintiffs are void and unforeseeable because of May 15th and May 19th orders were revised by the Court of Appeals. The February 19, 2015 order was never a gag order to begin with, which is why Judge McKinley sought to put one in place with May 15th and 19th orders. However, the parties disputed these orders and were granted relief by the appeals court. Despite these orders being void and unforeseeable, the trial court sanctioned plaintiff for violating this vacated order and a gag order that don't exist. All of the orders are the result of fraudulent proceedings and a violation of plaintiff's 1st, 5th, 6th, 13th, and 14th amended constitutional right. The court must have jurisdiction over the matter to sanction the parties. Here, the trial court orders sanctioning plaintiffs are void because the trial court previously determined that it had no subject jurisdiction over the matter. Now, this is where it's getting good. Because how y'all making all of these rulings, but y'all claim that y'all don't have no jurisdiction over Jay-Z or this court matter? The trial court violated plaintiff's due right and arbitrarily issued sanctions on plaintiffs, depriving her of property by allowing the opposing parties to place a lien on her property. August 2015, the Daily Mail produced a public document online regarding outcome of the case, which names of party and case numbers was never sanctioned by the court. In addition, the trial courts are the result from the opposing parties' fraud upon the court act. The trial court orders are the fruits of the poisonous tree. When allegations of fraud occur, sealing of records is in violation, thereby rendering such order invalid. In October of 2018, Judge Michael Casely denied plaintiff's claim for damages, saying his hands were tied, and for her to go back to family court and get orders in question voided. Why would she have to get... Child. Plaintiff appealed. In 2020, plaintiff learned that the staff attorney, Marjorie R. Stevens, in appeals court, had altered the plaintiff's appeal records. So now you've got a staff attorney in the Court of Appeals office altering her records. How was justice ever going to be served in this case? There's so much underhandedness that's going on. This screams guilty to me. In August of 2021, Judge Sherry L. Schweitzer sanctioned plaintiff for attorney's fees from a gag order that don't exist as form of bullying. So that's the other thing. How are y'all sanctioning them for a gag order that was never put in place, but y'all are collecting fees off of this? This don't scream fraud to y'all. This don't scream underhandedness. Lord have and mercy. Judge Schweitzer abandoned the sanctions after learning that defense attorney Kenneth L. Winter gave her false statements. However, Judge Polanski added these illegal sanctions to his illegal sanctions to make it appear that another judge made the same decision. So she was going to abandon them, but this judge said, nah, I'm going to back you up. So that way it looked like it's two of us that say, yeah, you should get the same. Lord have and mercy. In October 2021, plaintiffs' attempts to make a modification filing at the family court based on Judge Castle to vacate the August 13, 2012 hearing fraudulent orders. Judge Deborah Silverman returned the documents unfiled for no reason. So now you got a family court judge up in this. Judge stated the refund was for mileage reimbursement, which was a false statement. A what? Judge stated the refund was for mileage reimbursement, which was a false statement. Whose mileage was being reimbursed? Y'all. I'm about to fall out. I don't have the bell. All right. Okay, so on January 13th of 2022, the trial court issued an injunction preventing Coley from filing any complaints or applications with the trial court or other courts throughout the state of New Jersey, which denied Coley her right to exercise her constitutional rights of due process. How do they stop? Lord, I've never heard of this. Have any of y'all ever heard of this? Henny glasses in the chat if you've never heard of this. I'm just curious. Put a 1 in the chat if you have. Put a Henny glass if you have not. The trial court accused Coley of filing several applications when in fact plaintiff has only filed 2. The first one was the paternity case that the court dismissed without prejudice. Since it was dismissed without prejudice, plaintiff was entitled to refile the case with newly acquired evidence showing that the opposing party owned property in the state of New Jersey, thereby overcoming the opposite party's defense of lack of subject matter jurisdiction. Okay, consequently, the plaintiff has no other option but to file this action at the federal level based on the violation of her U.S. constitutional rights, as mentioned here and above in her complaint. So how you saying she filed too many orders and she's only filed 2 orders at the state level and 1 at the federal? Make it make sense. And I see all these Henny glasses going up in the chat. Y'all ain't never heard of this neither. Plaintiff Coley filed an appeal of these trial court orders on January 11th of 2022 and April 19th of 2022, 2 orders dated June 30th, 2022. However, despite plaintiff Coley complying with all the procedural rules and posting the appropriate fees, the trial court's clerk and the Court of Appeals clerk refused to process her appeal and refused to refund her filing fee of $250. So y'all done kept $500 of this woman's money because y'all refused to give her money back. So now the courts in New Jersey is out here stealing from people. Lord have and mercy. On January 2022, Judge Deborah Silverman issued an injunction to plaintiffs, barring them from filing any complaints or applications in any court in New Jersey. Plaintiffs were not, Judge Katz did not serve them. Plaintiffs appeal the order, and Judge Katz sought to interfere with the appeals process, but blocked the plaintiff's appeal via the staff attorney, Marjorie Stevens, in appeals court. Staff attorney Stevens stated the appeals court did not receive the appeal, even though the UPS tracking number showed that it was signed for. So this is how this attorney, over there in the appeals office, was tampering with this lady paperwork. Lord have mercy. In April of 2022, Judge Polanski sanctioned plaintiffs with no evidence for allegedly disseminating documents to the public from gag order that didn't exist and the allegations that never occurred. Judge used February 19, 2015 order for his sanctions. Plaintiffs were denied requests for discovery by Judge Polanski. Remember, it keeps saying there was no gag order in place, but they keep coming after them saying that there's a gag order in place. And it was just broken down how there was no gag order. June of 2022, plaintiff appealed the orders, but was blocked again by the appeals court. Plaintiff then requested for files from Judge Polanski to help in the appeal process. The trial court denied her the files. They are being hit at every turn with a curveball. Remember what his lawyer said. Remember what Jay-Z's lawyer was caught saying, allegedly, as they walked out the court, that he had them in their pocket. And it looks like they have put a wall up. And they're not letting them penetrate that wall at all. How do you deny somebody files for their own court proceedings? Child. Judge Polanski denied plaintiffs' right to discovery, stating he could not give plaintiffs the right before he sanctioned plaintiffs with illegal sanctions for attorney fees, saying they violated February 19, 2015 order for disseminating files. Again, this order is not a gag order and there's no proof of the allegations. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. You cannot tell me. Let me see how much further we got to go, honey. Oh my God. Okay, we almost done. We got a lot to go, but okay. So we was here at 71. Y'all can't tell me that y'all do not see how this is looking like payola all up in this system. And it's the same judges over and over again. It's the same ones from the beginning. You got the judges denying when they have records of deeds and taxes with Shawn Carter's name on it, his legal name on it, showing that he had property and filed taxes in the state of New Jersey. That part. That's what you call having power. Big time nasty work, messy work. It absolutely is. New Jersey corrupt as it sounds like a lot of new it does. Jay-Z should pay his son now because he's joining Busby. He doesn't have Busby on his case. New Jersey courts are shady AF, especially if they got a good lawyer and deep pockets, and Jay-Z has those too. Now you can't make a complaint. Exactly. How you going to stop them from, hey, salute to Actor Chucks in the cipher. I don't know if he's still in here or not. If he's in here, throw your Chucks in there. But yeah, child, this is looking like it's real messy. They're trying to keep from pulling on that string that will unravel everything. That part. All right. So August 22, the appeals court not only blocked her right to appeal, but also denied her motion to reinstate appeal while keeping her appeal filing fee and her money for document production. They just stealing from these people. They just stealing from them. They are stealing. Plaintiff sent several requests January 5th, 2023. Plaintiff sent several requests thereafter seeking her appeal fee refund with no response from the courts. On May 2nd of 2023, plaintiffs were denied petition for review, by the New Jersey Supreme Court regarding 14th Amendment fraud and civil rights matters. In December of 2023, plaintiff became aware of the illegal liens placed on her residential home during the sale of the home for attorney fees and orders obtained by jurisdiction fraud by other parties, and she was never served those orders. Child. On January 29, 2024, which is this January that just passed, plaintiff Coley lost the sale of second home due to illegal liens on her property, her prior residential property in December 2023. Also, her second New Jersey home is in jeopardy to the same illegal transaction, which is why these fraudulent orders must be void. They are trying to steal not one, but two of this lady's homes. Nasty work. March 8th of 2024, plaintiffs filed a restraining order in Philadelphia District Court to stop the illegal liens on plaintiff's property. March 2024, plaintiffs sought emergent relief as the fraud caused illegal liens on her residential property, which has caused delays in compensation sale of her residential property. The title company, based on illegal judgments entered into State of Jersey lien system, stopped the full execution of the sale with home with $34,000 of her profit held in escrow. $34,000 held in escrow. Plaintiff was unaware of liens and was never served or able to defend liens within the proper procedures for attaching liens on one's property. This is a violation of due process by New Jersey Superior Court. May 2024 to August 2024, title company began to pay illegal lien payments to attorneys on behalf of their client Shawn Carter and attorney Lisa Fisher. You are a billionaire. Why do you have to take this woman a little bit of money because she came after you? Lord, have mercy. When it was known that these liens were derived from fraud on multiple levels, these attorneys also attempted to obtain extra illegal money from the escrow, but this was blocked by the Pennsylvania Attorney General and New Jersey Banking Commission. All right, we got somebody in their pocket now. Jeez Louise. In addition, other unrelated liens that did not have plaintiff Coley's name affixed were arbitrarily paid using plaintiff's escrow money, making this illegal transaction on multiple levels. So they done took her money that was in escrow and they done distributed it out to other people. Lord, have mercy. The 14th Amendment has never been exercised for plaintiffs since 2012 to 2023, including the processing of public liens on residential property. Plaintiff essentially had to pay for fraud that were illegal transactions. September 2024, which is just a couple of months ago, the action of the court, illegal liens, prohibit the sale of plaintiff Coley's second home in New Jersey. The fraudulent orders must be void since the parties, Shawn Carter and Lisa Fisher, continue to use them as weapons to obtain money when these orders have no legal authority. November, which was last month of 2024, investigations from local agencies has been ongoing. Lord, have mercy. Baby, that was a lot. What'd you say? What'd you say, Cece? She said, we see how he did Dame Dash and D Haven. Jay-Z is diabolical for real. Baby, D Haven was saying some stuff. Now we're gonna have to go into the members and look up some of this stuff that D Haven has been saying online, because he's been talking about all of this. And I know he was asked about these kids. Okay. Wow, Paul. It's okay. That's why his is paying for lawyers now. So we gonna have to watch the Shawn Carter trolls next. Yes, y'all are, because you know they gonna come in here. Yesterday somebody tried to tell me what to say and what not to say, and I don't think she meant any harm, but I just had to let that be known out here publicly on record. Oh, welcome, Audrey. Oh, New York in New York. Let me just say this. I know that there's going to be a lot of people that are butthurt behind the fact that I'm reporting on this information with Jay-Z. But as you can see, this has been going on. These court proceedings have been going on for years behind our backs. There's been a lot of stuff that has gone on for years behind our backs with these people in these entertainment, in this world of entertainment. And if you get butthurt because I'm reporting on it, then baby, all I ask you to do is to watch the next video. If you don't like it from the thumbnail, I ask that you give it a like anyway. Just like the video and don't come in if you can't handle it. Because what I'm gonna do, are you from Mount Vernon, girl? I was right there in Yonkers, girl. We was neighbors. Hey, girl. I'm not in Yonkers no more, so I can say that on the live. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, listening to these court docs and breaking everything down, it's very clear that the reason why Jay-Z, and this is just an assumption, y'all throw y'all tornadoes in the chat because we about to spin for a second. To me, this is why he is not scared to go up against Busby, because he already knows that he can play this legal game very well, because he played this legal game very well in Jersey. These are court documents. We are able to back up some of this stuff going back to through the years. We're going to continue to try to dig as much as we can, but I wonder how many other cases has he had suppressed in the system? Just like the Busby case that I read the other day, he filed that underneath a John Doe, and come to find out that that's actually Jay-Z's court case against Busby. Because it's saying everything that Busby has alleged in his memorandum response to Jay-Z now, didn't it? The fact that he has denied giving this child a paternity test, the mother, the fact that he has gone behind and had these lawyers and judges put into pocket with payola and has set it up so that these people will continually and always forever be paying out illegally to a court system under the guise of illegal sanctions and liens. This is crazy work. But it's making me wonder how many other people have gone through this type of stuff. To read how this was broken down, it's shameful. It's shameful. Jay-Z has seen what happened to Diddy. He's prepared himself for this stuff, shaking my head. Well, with this case, this has been going on since 2012 or 2010. So this has been going on for 14 years. These people have been chasing to the point where they're no longer seeking paternity. They're going after New Jersey for fraud. And for the simple fact that they have allowed him to corrupt them to commit fraud. There's no way in the world that you could walk into a courtroom and have documents that have a person's government information and their personal information on the deeds and tax records, and they still tell you in that court that we don't hold jurisdiction when it has been established that they indeed do have residency where they are filing these court matters. Not only that, they have put liens on not one, but two of this lady Wanda's homes, preventing the sale of them, putting $34,000 into escrow, and then distributing that money out, which makes it a multiple level scheme and scam. So yeah, now the son is going on with the godmother and in the mother's name to sue the state of New Jersey and those lawyers. And those judges. I don't see Jay-Z's name as one of the defendants, but he is all up and through those court docs. It's a shame. But it also goes to show you that when people get a little bit of money and a little bit of power, they're going to throw that weight around to bury any secret that they don't want coming out. And my thing is, what is the problem with having a child? You were a rapper in the 90s. Of course, girls were dropping their drawers for you left and right. This right here's a penny dropper. So if you created a couple of illegitimate children, you just going to have to sit your wife down and explain to her, honey, I've already had 3 kids. I'm just saying, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that can happen? It's kind of expected. You were a whore in the 90s, Jay-Z. Allegedly. But not really, because you a Sag male. And a Sag male with a lot of money and a lot of freedom and a lot of hoes, it's about to go down. Anyway, I will be keeping an eye on this case as it develops and bringing it to you. But y'all, make sure y'all are hitting that like button. I hope that y'all was able to process all of this stuff that was going on, baby, because this was a lot. This was a lot. And if you on the replay and you say, oh, an hour and a half or an hour and 20 something minutes is too much for you, then baby, take it in sections, because you gonna need to read to hear this information. Because baby, I listen, Linda, what y'all saying down here? Left, right, let me see you do it. Okay. They did the same to Tory. I'm saying, I'm really starting to feel like he was set up. I don't know. They also say Jay has a child somewhere in the islands. Yes, but he supports that mother privately. I've heard that too. I was thinking of the other charge that just came up. My bad. Oh, he makes me so sick. He could be giving that money to his son and his grandkids and his daughter and his grandkids sickened. Well, yeah, he's very sickening. He don't owe that kid nothing. If it's his kid, his child would say otherwise. What one will do for, yeah. I would sue for pain and suffering from my mother and myself. That part. Great job. I claim they win. Thank you, Denise. You can't make this stuff up. It's a shame. No, actually, I stopped saying you can't make this up. And what I've started saying is you could make this up, but why? When the truth is so much more entertaining. Jay-Z never wanted to pay because it was his illegal activities catching up on him. She was only 16. That is another reason why he wanted to keep that information hush-hush, because, yeah, she was 16. The problem is his mama was 15, 16 years old when she got pregnant. That part, Khadijah. Good question, Moonlight. He looked like him, but good point. I don't know what she said. I missed that. She was 16, so his name will be smutted. Well, guess what? Let me explain something, y'all. His name is already smutted because it's already alleged that he was dating Beyonce before they announced that they were dating each other, that he was dating Beyonce when she was underage. So, and that's alleged. That's alleged. That's alleged. But that's what I heard. That's word on the curb and out there on the internet street. You go look it up for yourself. I'm not saying it. I'm repeating what they said because that's what I heard. Okay. It's been said Blue Ivy isn't Beyonce's. It belongs to a young lady, Kathy, that's suddenly unalived. Allegedly, I heard that too. Foxy Brown, thank you, was another one that it was said that he dealt with when she was underage, and that came from Foxy's mouth. That didn't come from nobody else's mouth but Foxy. Jay-Z hoeing Way, hoeing with no protection. Didn't think he would produce children. Probably not. He wasn't the only one dating Beyonce when she was underage in the industry. You better tell it. Aaliyah too, I heard before Dame. Yes, she was before Dame, but I didn't hear she was underage. Lakeisha's mother was 15 when she had her too, and she also deceased now, just like Rymir's mom. See, we're gonna have to look into some of these other children. Okay, true, you can make this up, but why exactly? I heard the same thing myself. I heard the same thing. Okay, how was all her friends weirdos? R. Kelly, how was all his friends weirdos? R. Kelly, Diddy. Now you cooking with gas, because now we starting to look at all of them like, what was y'all out here doing in the 90s? Y'all ruining my adulthood. Trust and believe, if that's his son, math don't lie. If that's his son, you would think he would want to support him. You would think that. But like everybody keeps saying in the comments, because the mother was 15, 16 years old, he don't want that type of smut on his name. But Foxy done already put it out there. Just own up to it, bruh. She's not saying that you took it. She's not saying that you bugged her. She's not saying none of that. She's just saying, I had a kid with you, and think about it. They went for college support. That's what the court doc said. They went for college support, which means that they were trying to get help with putting him through college. And he said no. And because they asked for help putting him through college, this is what they got met with. I'm trying to see my notifications. Thank you so much for the Cash App and the chime. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, so this is just a lot to digest and take in. But hopefully you guys, hopefully y'all were able to take this information in. If you came in towards the end, run the replay back. Y'all share it up. Make sure y'all are liking the video on the way out. To the replay gang, thank you. Y'all run it up. To everybody who was here from the beginning, thank you so much. No matter what point you came in at, I thank you so much for the support and continued love. Again, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new here. And I will see y'all in the next video. Because I don't want this